product go out as soon as they get in.
Tylenol cold and flu, Advil cold and sinus, and NyQuil are just some of the adult cold and flu medications some say are becoming more difficult to find. After a shortage of pain and fever medications and some antibiotics for children, are cold and flu meds for adults becoming increasingly rare on Quebec pharmacy shelves too?
There is a shortage right now for cold and flu medication for adults in Quebec. We're not able to fill the shelves at the pharmacy like we used to.
Quebec began to see signs of increase in demand since spring of this year, making it slightly more difficult to get access to every type of adult cold and flu products. Supplies is still getting into pharmacies, but Pierre-Marc Gervais of Quebec's Pharmacist Owner Association says it's not enough to fully respond to the high demand.
It's not a life-threatening situation. So for most of the time for cold and flu, just using basic Tylenol or basic Advil will do the tricks.
Basic Advil and Tylenol, Gervais says, is available. The Quebec Association of Pharmacy Distributors agrees that demand is strong, but says there isn't a shortage.
In adults, right now, there are no shortages. Some products in the analgesics category for adults may be in more limited capacity, but the reality is that often 2, 3, 4, 5 different products on the shelves do carry the same medical ingredients.
The COVID-19 pandemic, he says, has created tension in the supply chain.
In the adult product category, demand is strong, but not necessarily that much higher than what we've seen pre-pandemic.
Gervais says it's about demand, but why is it high? Possibly due to Quebec dealing with multiple viruses circulating like COVID-19 and the flu, Gervais explains. Quebec's emergency rooms is seeing an overload of patients. Montreal's average ER occupancy rate was 139% on Monday afternoon. Gervais says people might have a hard time to see a doctor, turning to pharmacies to self-treat their colds.
People self-treating themselves, I think it's the reason for that, why we're seeing increasing demand.
I think the only general advice to give to people is if the specific thing you need is not available, ask your pharmacist if there is an alternative, because they might be able to get the same medication from elsewhere, or they might be able to make an alternative.
We're fully committed to ensure that Quebecers have access to the drugs they need when they need it. So that's our objective, and we're working towards that.
In Montreal, Pamela Pagano, City News.